Hey everybody, it's Doc Green, the Road Scholar, coming back at you. This one's titled Dart Lease, not really about the lease. I'm talking to some drivers up here today. I got up to the yard in Atlanta and just came up with some things. Listen to some of the drivers up here. I was around a group of about 5 of them, and a couple of them were complaining about some stuff, and I got to talking to them because I'm trying to figure out what are you complaining about. I mean, I'm making pretty good money. I don't understand. So I talked to them. One of them been here about 4 months, and the other one was here about 6 months. And I guess their trucks are in the shop right now getting repaired, and that's all good and everything. But they were complaining about, how much money they were making and some other things, dispatch and this and that. And so I'm going to go over a couple of things here. And this is for all drivers, not just Dart drivers. This is for pretty much any drivers, new drivers, old drivers, company drivers, lease purchase drivers, any kind of drivers out here. I'm going to tell you some things that I realized during this conversation. I guess I've been doing this so long that I don't remember some of the things that upset me back when I first started driving, things I've learned to deal with. But one of the drivers up here, for instance, one of the things we were talking about, the truck broke down. His truck has been up here at the Dart shop now for about 3 days, and he can't get out running, and he's losing money because he's owing, you got to pay your lease payment anyway, even if the truck is broke down. Now, Dart has what they call a loaner program. So if your truck is in the shop for more than a couple of days, few days or whatever, it's in the contract. I never had to use it. But you can get a loaner truck. Well, Dart doesn't have any loaner trucks, and I'm still making payments on this truck. No, sir. I don't know why you're making payments on a truck. If they're supposed to have a loaner truck and that's in your contract, let's say your truck's in the shop more than 3 or 4 days. Let's say, this is making number, 4 days. Well, if your truck's going to be shot more than 4 days, they're supposed to provide you a loaner truck. That's in your contract. If they don't provide you a loaner truck, you don't have to make those payments. You didn't break the contract. They broke the contract. So they need to modify that where you're not making the payments. That's what contracts are for. But anyway, but first thing is, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I put my truck in the shop at Dart, Dallas, Lancaster terminal one time, and that was when I was at home. I was going to be home for about a week. I took a week off, went home, and so I put my truck in the shop because they had a week to fix it, and they did. I got back, my truck was ready to go. Other than that, I don't use the Dart garages. And they say, well, we get a discount at the Dart garages. Well, how much is your discount where it's worth you being down 3 days and you still owe truck payments for each one of those days, and you saved what, a couple $100? You didn't save any money because you spent that money on your lease, making the lease payment. So really, did you save any money? I don't use the Dart shop very often. I'll take my truck into another garage and get it fixed. My money is still in my account, and Dart will pay them, and no big deal. So that's my first thing. Don't use the Dart garage, because when you get up there, they got a whole bunch of trucks out there waiting to get fixed. They've only got so many mechanics, and they're only got so much time. So, no. No. Now, if they tell me, well, we'll fix it tomorrow or something, and I need a 34-hour break anyway, okay, I might do that. Other than that, I'm not taking my truck to Dart. I'm taking it somewhere else and getting it fixed. And I'll call ahead, and make sure that I can get it in there on a certain time, certain appointment time, and that way I'm down very few hours, and usually it's during my rest breaks anyway. So that's the way I do it. That's the way I suggest anyone do it. I wouldn't go put my truck in the shop for 3 or 4 days, make payments on it, and everything, save $50 because it's a Dart shop. That's ridiculous. Another thing they were talking about, and I had this experience last night. I got to a shipper, and this happens. This is not Dart's fault. This is more the shipper's fault. But you get there and your load isn't ready, or they tell you it's a drop and hook. You get there, they didn't have any empties, so now you got to drop your empty. You got to wait for them to load it. It may take 12, 15 hours, whatever. I might, if I'm tired and it's time for me to get some sleep, I'll wait the 10 hours, for my rest break. And if they don't have it loaded by the end of that, I'm calling back my dispatcher, getting a different load. I'm not sitting up there all day long. Well, we paid detention up to 24 hours. Yeah, about that. I make more money driving than I do on detention. So no, that's not going to work. And if they try to argue with me and say, well, you already accepted the load. I accepted the load under the specification that you sent over, that it was a drop and hook and I could get in and get out, period. So no, switch me up a load. But I'll be honest with you, I've never had a problem. My fleet manager has never told me I got to stay on a load. You know, she's upset because I've been stuck there too, and she wants her drivers running as much as they want to be running. So, I've always had no problem. They get me switched on to a different load. Don't be afraid to call your fleet manager and say, no, this is not what we agreed on. If they send you something over here and you accept it, you accepted that plan the way it's written. Now, if you get somewhere at 8 o'clock and they, there's a window between 8 and midnight and they don't have your load ready, then yeah, you're going to have to wait till midnight, you know what I'm saying, because they get that time, and I might stay there, like I said, the first 10 hours or something after that for detention, but I'm not staying any longer than that. It's not worth it to me, and it's not worth it to you, I assume, otherwise you wouldn't be complaining about it. So don't be afraid to call your fleet manager and tell them, no, you got to get me off this. Explain the situation to them, get names of people inside so they can call and find out what happened, so that's another big thing. One of the things I heard was another driver complaining about today was he's not making enough money. And I've talked about this on videos before. I'm going to tell you guys, look, when I'm promoting the lease purchase program at DART or any company that I talk about or anything, I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to say this again as simply as I can. If you cannot dedicate enough time out here to be out on the road to make the money you need to make your payments and have money to pay your bills and put your money savings aside and everything like that, you are not ready for lease purchase. Okay? If I'm talking to some guys and they say, well, because, he's complaining so much, and there's a few of us around sitting around, I had to start asking questions because I can't figure it out. I mean, things are working great for me. I was thinking maybe he needs to switch fleet managers over to mine, but that wasn't the issue. He said he goes out here, drives around. I said, well, how often do you go home? Oh, I'm like a regular driver. I go home. I try to get home every 2 weeks, but sometimes I stay out 3. What the hell? You're not a truck driver? I'm sorry. I don't know. You're not an OTR truck driver if you can only come out here for 2 weeks and you want to go home. You need to cut those apron strings with your wife or something, whatever's holding you back up at home, and, start taking care of your business, And I know it's hard for young guys, because, you got, and I'm assuming the same thing for young women out here, young drivers. Y'all are used to being around your partner and everything, and, it's hard to be away from them, and I get it. It is. But if this is a lifestyle you're choosing, understand, and I'm telling you this from get-go, do not go apply for DART. Listen to me. And I mean this sincerely from my heart. This is not making fun of anybody. This is telling you straight up. Do not go apply for DART or any company's lease purchase program if you have to be home every 2 or 3 weeks. 3 weeks is your maximum, but most of the time you're going home every 2 weeks or whatever. You're not ready for a lease purchase program. And I'm not being mean. Because I'm telling you, I get it. When I was younger, I wanted to be home with my family too and stuff. That is not this lifestyle. Not for lease purchase. You will not be able to make it. I'm just being honestly sincere. Don't use my name. Don't use my code or anything. If you sign up and everything, I wouldn't even sign up for a lease purchase program. And just being honest with you guys, this is not an easy lifestyle. I talk about I'm on a debt-free program. I should be completely debt-free by the end of this year. All I owe is my student loans. That's it. I'm done. I don't have any car payments. I don't have any boat payments. I don't have any whatever. The credit cards, I don't have them. I don't deal in consumer credit so anymore. I got completely debt-free except for my student loan, which will be paid off this year one way or the other. Either Biden's going to pay them, which, hey, I didn't elect him, but, he's the president, so if he does away with student loans, then I'm completely debt-free as soon as he signs it. If not, I'll be debt-free by November anyway. So, but this is a hard lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? If you come out here and you got a bunch of bills and everything, you need to calculate all that up and figure out if you came out here because of money, well, $1,500 a week, $1,300 a week, $1,700 a week, whatever, man, I could be out of debt in so much time. Not if you're going home every 2 weeks and taking 3 or 4 days off, or you're going home every 3 weeks, taking 3 or 4 days off. You're not going to be out of debt because you're going to be making truck payments and your downtime. Guys, I'm just being honest. Like I told you guys, I'm not going to lie to you about DART. I'm not going to lie for any company out here. When I tell you guys, if you watch some other videos and you see, well, yeah, man, he's making all this kind of money and everything. Guys, I bust my butt. This is not easy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, I've been doing it a long time. It's easier for me than it will be for some new guy who has never done OTR driving on his own and never had a lease purchase or anything, he's going to get out here and get a rude awakening. So I'm going to tell you, before you call up a company to sign up for a lease purchase program, any company, do some serious soul searching. Are you willing to be out here 3 to 4 weeks at a time? Every time. I don't mean, well, you come out here one time for 3 weeks, next time you're home out for 2 weeks, next time you're out for 3 weeks, next time you're out here for 1 week, and then 4 weeks, and then 2 weeks. No, not like that. Minimum. And when I say minimum, understand, the very least you can run out here and make any money and do what you want to do is you have to be out here 3 weeks and then go home. Now, I guess I did not make this clear in some other videos, because some people go, well, you told me you're making this much money and you go home and then you don't have any truck payments when you go back out, and it takes me 3 or 4 days to make my money back up. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I did not mean to be misleading. I come out here 4 to 6 weeks at a time, sometimes longer, But like I said, I'm on a plan where I will not have to drive any more trucks in the next 5 years. None. Zero. I'm done. Bye-bye. I will own trucks. They will be driving, but I will not be operating them. So I'm putting in the time and everything right now so that I can get to that position whenever it's time. So please understand that, guys. This is not something. If you want to be out here for 2 or 3 weeks, company, I'm telling you straight up, and anyone on here that's done lease purchase or anything will tell you the same thing. Any drivers out here for, and you get a lot of drivers who've been out here for 10, 15 years tell you, no, never do a lease purchase program. That's a ripoff. It depends on how it's run. Like I said, I'm willing to spend more time out here than a lot of you, I guess. But if you can ask any driver, if you only want to be out 2 weeks and go home, or 3 weeks and go home every time, you need to stay company. And you can ask any lease purchase driver, you can ask any owner operator, you can ask anybody, company drivers. Yeah, you need to be a company driver. I'm not being mean. I'm not saying you don't understand, you don't have the mentality or anything for a lease purchase. You may be the greatest businessman in the world. You may know exactly how much you need to make. You can do all the books and everything. You're great at it. If your heart and your soul will not allow you to stay out here for 3 to 4 weeks at a time, you don't need to be a lease purchase driver. When the companies, like me, I stay out here and sometimes I'll be ready to go home, and all of a sudden they'll come across on the message that we got 200 loads we got to get covered in the next couple of days. Well, I call home, tell honey, I'll be home next week. I was planning on coming home this week, but they got a lot of loads right now, so I'm going to grab it while the getting's good. So again, I'm not going to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry that I never thought, I've been out here so long, there's a lot of things I don't think to tell you guys. I guess that was one of them. This is a time commitment. Y'all want to run around here like you own your truck already. You don't own that truck. Well, you're leasing it to own it, but you don't own it. You're still making payments on it. And as long as you're making payments on it, you got to be making the money to not only make your payments on your truck, but also to make your payments on your bill. And you should, if you watch my videos on getting debt free and everything, you should be making enough money to invest in a Roth IRA. You should be maxed that out each year, plus have 6-month emergency fund built up. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not telling you to come. I told this in other videos. If you do not have $5,000 in the bank from working as a company driver, you are definitely not ready for lease purchase. People, well, I make more money at lease purchase. I get the $5,000 together real quick doing that. No. You might as well go to the craps table in Las Vegas and try that. Take a few $100s up there and try to win $5,000 before you become a lease purchase. Do anything you have to get the $5,000 before you sign a lease purchase agreement. That's simple. And guys, to let you know, DART is not a walk-away lease. I've had some guys come back to me and ask me that and everything, and I thought I wasn't interested in walk-away, so I'm telling you, it is not a walk-away lease. Okay? So you need to get with a recruiter or something on that. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you, blow sunshine up your backside and everything just to get you to come sign on over here. It's no good for anybody. It doesn't, it does the company no good, which does me no good if I bring over drivers that watch my videos and everything and they were misled into believing certain things. because then you're going to get over here, find out it's not that way. You're going to leave, and then the company's got all this freight and everything. Like right now, we got like 200 and something loads we can't get covered right now. They're calling people at home trying to get them to come in and everything. We got the freight. I say that one thing about Dart, we have the freight. Let there be no doubt. So running is never going to be your problem. You wanting to run or you running might be a problem, but for the company to have the freight for you to run, that is not an issue. So I will say that straight up. So anyone who tells me, like, I listen, like, how drivers will get around and start talking, they tell me, man, we ain't got no freight. The hell are you talking about? Just came over the message earlier. We got like 200 something loads already. Oh, well, I don't go north of I-40. Okay. Again, you're not a truck driver. I'm sorry, you're not. Well, it snows up there. I don't drive in the snow. Then why did you sign up for OTR? OTR, over the road. That means you can do anything within the 48 Kona states. And if you, because I don't think we go to other countries. This company doesn't. But that means you're supposed to be able to drive anywhere in the 48. Well, it's wintertime. I only stay south of I-40, east of I-35, and west of I-75. So in other words, you work in Louisiana. I mean, come on, dudes. Use your common sense. You know what I'm saying? And then don't get upset whenever you don't make any money and your truck's been in the shop for 3 days, and then it comes out and you only got a paycheck and you owe $200 for this and $300 for that. And you don't have a paycheck coming in, and then you're going to get upset and get on YouTube and talk bad about the company. Are you serious? So that's the kind of drivers out here that upset me. Now I understand some of these guys out here, and see, nothing. When you're out here talking to other drivers, they're complaining and everything. That's because everybody around is complaining. You see what I'm saying? So there's a saying that says, only believe 1/3 of what you hear, 1/3 of what you see, and 2/3 of what you hear and see. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up into that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these drivers have a problem, and by the time they get through telling the problem that happened, it's 10 times worse than it actually was. It wasn't even a problem. I mean, like last night, I went over there, had an issue, trying to get loaded and everything, and I was upset. I was ticked off. Man, I can't believe Dart did this. They didn't know, and they didn't know. I had one problem with this company in 7 months. I'm over here getting upset, but I know it's just me. You know what I'm saying? I go back, I calm down, I go take a nap, wake up, go, man, really? That wasn't even an issue. But I can make it sound real bad, man. When we were talking with the guys, oh man, shoot. They had me over there. I used up $50 worth of fuel in an hour and sitting still, and then lost my detention pay because I forgot to put it in a minute ago, and did this, that, the other. I mean, hell, we truck drivers and fishermen. Boy, we got some stories. It's not that bad. You know what I'm saying? And then some people say, well, Doc, you getting paid by Dart for this. I've had people ask me that. Is Dart paying me to do these videos? No. I might get paid if you put me down as a reference. You give me a name or something, and you come over. I'll let them know that, hey, this guy watched my YouTube videos, the only reason here. But other than that, I don't get anything. I don't work for Dart office. I could lose my job tomorrow just like the rest of you. I'm just a truck driver. I do something bad, wrong out here, I'm gone, Jack. But I'll tell you this much. Even if that happens, I'm not going to sit back up here and lie on the company. Anyone that's watching my videos for any time know that I've only had issues with 2 companies, and one of them ended up paying me everything they owed me and got everything straightened out. So I don't have any issues with them. The other company, I've had another company that I had a problem with, and they never did correct their problems. I'm gone. They even hit me with a bill afterwards that I did not owe. And people y'all know on my videos, I will tell you if I do or don't. I don't lie for myself. If the company does me right, and I end up owing them money, I pay them. It's no big deal. This one company did me wrong. Then they said I owe them money. I went ahead and paid anyway because I don't want to jack with it, But that's the only company y'all ever heard me. U.S. Express. I'm sorry. Cough, man. U.S. Express. That's the only company I ever had problems with, that one company. But other than that, y'all don't hear me talk bad. Because I know after I'm going to calm down and everything. But, you get around these drivers. And some of you young drivers, y'all get in these driver's lines and start hanging around the older drivers. And, yeah, we got war stories. Man, we got war stories. And, man, they're good. We tell you everything's wrong out here. We can fix the whole transportation industry if you listen to us for about an hour. Come on, man, please. Take that stuff with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Once you get out here, try it your way. Don't work. Try it a different way. If you don't like it either way, if you try about 3 or 4 different ways, you just realize, man, I can't do it. I can't make the money. I need to be home more or whatever. Then go home. There's no shame in that. This job isn't made for you. You know, you might need to go get an IT certificate or something. Go to work somewhere else. This job is not for you. And this job is not for everybody. That's why there's such a high turnover rate in transportation. Because a lot of people go get their CDL, they hear the amount of money you can make in a week and go, man, I can do that and that. Yeah, but here's what you're giving up, especially you young guys, listen up. You're giving up the club in life. You're giving up the party in life. You're giving up to go and hang out with your friends when they go to football games. You're giving up to go to your friend's house every weekend and do the barbecue, football, watching, whatever. All that's gone, Jack. There's a reason they pay you the kind of money they pay you. It takes a lot of sacrifice. So anyway, that's, I just had to get on here and talk about those few things because I think I didn't intentionally mislead anybody. I think that I may have by accident because I assume that I forget that y'all don't know what you don't know. I assume you know things, even though I've been out here over 20 years, 25 years I've been driving trucks. 25 years. I've learned a lot. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a lot of right decisions. I've had one time where I've owned several trucks. I've worked in the oil fields making huge money. I have worked intermodal. I have worked oil fields. I've pulled flatbeds. I've pulled hoppers. I've pulled dry van. I've pulled refrigerated. I have never done oversized, have no desire to do it. But pretty much everything else out here I've done. Some were good, some were bad, some were hard lessons to learn. But I've learned them. This is not for everybody. Like some guys say, I'm going to get in a truck and I'm going to get out and, I don't want to be a truck driver all my life. Just make enough money to catch this up and do this and do that. You need to investigate this a little bit more. That's all I can say. Because I'm telling you, a lot of you guys, young guys, new guys, and y'all are watching different videos by different people and everything. I'm going to do another video on new drivers some other time. But either you got one or two things. You got drivers that are making it sound like, man, you're going to make $1 million. Or you got the other drivers, man, that company sucks. I'm going to tell you the ones to listen to, like me. Be honest. If you got some drivers out here who are being honest with you, I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the pretty. And I'm going to tell you how great it is on sometimes and how bad it is on sometimes. People say, yeah, but I don't hear you say anything bad about Dart. Last night I had a bad experience with Dart. 1 in 7 months. I'm not going to be complaining. Why do I tell you guys about Dart so much? Because that's who I'm with right now. So I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you how great Dart is and the other companies all sucked and everything, because they didn't. I worked for a company in Dallas. If I wanted to be a local driver, you want to be a local driver at home every day and you live in the Dallas area, you better go talk to Asset-Based Intermodal. I got another guy I could hook you up with named Pace Rachmal. He works for another company, Intermodal. You be home every day. You know what I'm saying? Well, how much money you make doing that? Man, them guys make $1,500, $2,000 a week take home. And they're home every day. They might, every once in a while, you might get stuck out overnight if something goes wrong. It's very rare. But, but that's lifestyle you want there. You can have that kind of trucking job and you live near a major railroad hub, get an intermodal. You know what I'm saying? The over the road may not be for you. Then you got some guys, that regional is better for. I'm not that guy. I need to be out here hustling, moving, rolling, rocking. I need to get as many miles as I can. Regional, they promised me this much money, this much. Great, it's for you. Go. You know what I'm saying? Some of you guys say, well, I don't care how long I'm out here. I just need to make the money. Great. Over the road may be for you. Lease purchase might be for you. But make sure you can do it. And have no shame in your game. Do not go into lease purchase unless you've been out here doing a company drive for at least a year, minimum. Make sure you can handle this. Don't go straight into a lease program after, well, I got bare minimums. I'm going to jump on a lease program first when I'm going to qualify for it. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not going to work for you. You don't have the experience. You don't even know enough out here to know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. And I'm going to say this because I don't know how I said, don't be stupid. Just because you don't know anything, doesn't know something enough about a field doesn't make you stupid. It makes you unknowledgeable about it. You haven't got enough experience. Oh, he thinks he's better than me. He thinks I'm a smart guy. Intelligence isn't everything out here. I mean, it's a lot of it, but it's not everything. You also got to have the right personality. You have to have the right soul. You have to have the right discipline. You have to be able to, I mean, there's a lot more that goes into this. This is not just driving down a road, guys. And I'm going to get my 14 hours and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Yeah, okay. Real truckers know after they've been out here a few years that it doesn't ever go as you plan. And you got to be able to adapt. So, that's the best advice I got for you guys. And I know this video sounds kind of negative and everything. It's not meant to. I'm not trying to talk you out of it. Believe me, I'm not trying to do that. I want everyone to be successful. But I want you to be successful in something you're going to be able to be successful in. Don't sit up here and lie to yourself and lie to your wife and your family, your husband and everything and lie to the company and think, yeah, I can go do it. No, you don't know that. Don't try it yet. Go be a company driver for a little while, and make sure that you got the heart and soul to do what it's going to take to do a lease purchase program. And I hear a lot of guys, well, I'm just going to jump in the truck for 6 months and then I'm going to jump back out and this, that, the other. Okay, that's great. That's your plan. I ain't got a problem with it. All I'm saying is make sure you're going to be able to do it. Don't think you're going to come out here for 6 months, go home every 2 weeks during that 6 months and make enough money to do your plan. That ain't going to work. So that's my advice on this video. Again, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to be honest with you. Now there are a lot of great things about the Dart lease. If you want to go back, you can watch one of the other videos about it. This video is more just letting you know that if I misrepresented something or anything, it was not intentional. I'm not lying to anybody. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I'm out here with you. There's no reason for me to lie to you, but I just want to clear up a few things and let you know, one, don't be scared to call your fleet manager or your dispatcher. I don't care what company you're with. If you're stuck out somewhere too long, let them know. If they say, well, we can't take you off the load, yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. I mean, they have to. Because you're not making any money. What are you out here for? You're not out here to make the company money. You're out here to make you money. The company's out here to make them money. So don't sit around too long waiting on loads and stuff like that. Let the company know. Figure out what the problem is. Let them know and move on. Put me on something else or send me home. It's that simple. I'm not going to sit out here for free. Don't be scared to communicate. And most of the time, it's just a communication problem. A lot of drivers are just scared to call in and say they don't want to do it. And don't call in there with no attitude. Man, I hear some of these drivers get on here as soon as their dispatcher answers the phone, they'll be up there talking, man, I've been over here for this long. Just go to yelling. If you're on the other end of the phone, how are you going to respond to that? I'm going to be like, man, screw this guy. No, I can't get you off that low, partner. What he's trying to say is, dude, why are you talking to me all crazy? Let's get it along. Let's try to figure this out. It may take 2 or 3 phone calls. They're trying to figure it out too. Watch your attitude, guys. And if it ever gets to the point where I got to yell at my fleet manager, by the way, I love my fleet manager. Ain't got no problem with my fleet manager. Haven't had a problem with my fleet manager, even when she calls and yells at me because I didn't do something. But if I ever get to the point where I have to yell at my fleet manager, I don't need to be with that company anymore. I do not have to be in that kind of mood. I should not have to stress out to go to work. I wouldn't do it anywhere else. I'm not going to do it here. So take those things into consideration, guys. I don't know what else to say. If you are interested in the Dart lease, you want to hear more about it, you can go back and look at my other video, Dart lease January 2021. I'm going to try to do another lease just specifically about the Dart lease and everything because there's some things I didn't put in the last one, some other issues and everything. But if you watch the other video and you watch this one, you say, yeah, I know I could do that. I know I could be a big help. I know I could advance my career. I know I could do this or whatever. And you still feel like you could do the Dart lease, then by all means, give us a call. You know what I'm saying? Give them a call, the recruiting department. Again, if my video was helpful in you making a decision to come to Dart, then please put my name down, Doc, D-O-C-K, Green, G-R-E-E-N. My driver code is 86187. Use me as a reference. I'd appreciate it. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I make my living off people doing that. I mean, I don't. My money is in here. but every little bit extra helps, and I'd appreciate it. Or you can email me at dockgiv@gmail.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, Road Scholar Trucking, on Facebook, and leave me a message over there. Some of you guys have a lot of questions about how much truck payments are and everything. Again, that is on my Facebook page. You can go back there and check it out. I put sheets up on there to show my payments. If you send me a message, because some of you say it's hard to read that on there because it's too small, I can't really do a whole lot. I'm working on a cell phone out here. My laptop, very rarely am I in a position where I could have time to get on there and do it a whole lot to make the better quality. But if you hit me up on Messenger or something, I'll send you a copy of my pay statements and everything, the last one I got and everything, so you can see how much I'm paying in payments, how much fuel is, how much fuel surcharge is, how much per mile, what all the other fees are. I'll be happy to send you that. There's nothing on there that's going to be any kind of information you can use to steal my identity or anything. I'm going to scratch that part out, but I'll send you, that way you get to see what I'm not blowing sunshine up your backside. I still love it here at Dart. I have no intention of turning my truck in before I pay it off. And by honest, I should have enough money in my maintenance account by the time I finish my lease to pay the truck, the balloon payment on it, and buy another truck. And if Joe Biden keeps his word, that just sounds funny to say it like a politician keeps their word. But if he does and he pay all my student loans, man, I'll probably be able to buy 3 trucks by the time I pay this one off. So my 5-year plan may be dropped down to a 3-year plan, but we'll go see how that works out. So anyway, guys, that's what I want to talk about. Just clear up some few things, and to tell you, remember, don't listen to everything. Don't believe everything you hear out in this. When you hear a bunch of truck drivers get together, they start complaining, because you're going to hear one of 2 things when you're hanging around a bunch of truck drivers. Either all making $1 million a year, because once the story starts going that way, it embellishes that way too. Truck drivers start talking about they're making more money than they are and how great they are, and then you got the other guy, he's got to prove he knows more than the other ones. The stories get embellished that direction also. It's either they're making $1 million or they're all broke. One of the two. And the truth is, if it was either one, we wouldn't have as many drivers out here as we do. I'm out. This is Doc Green, the Road Scholar, coming at you. So I appreciate you. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, or you can follow me on Twitter at Road Scholar 7. And my Instagram page, Road Scholar, and be sure to hit subscribe on here, and hit notifications if you like to hear about other kinds of news and everything, because I talk about other things just besides the truck driving, making money job thing. I also like to try to do other videos about truck driving also. Anyway, guys, peace out. Y'all have a good one.